today's experiment is determination of pKa value of a given weak acid. So let us see how to perform the experiment. So initially 25 cm cube of a weak acid is taken in a beaker, and the electrode should be lifted like this, and actually this is the distilled water. Remove the distilled water beaker and place the test solution, it is a weak acid, and immerse the combined glass electrode into the solution in such a way that the bulb portion is completely kept inside the solution. Then the burette has to be filled with the sodium hydroxide solution. So this is called as a microburette. So the microburette is filled with the sodium hydroxide. Always it is necessary to take above 0 and then adjust. So now it is taken above 0, and then the extra quantity should be transferred into the empty beaker and adjust to 0. Yeah. Ensure that the nozzle part is also completely filled. Sometimes there will be air gap, that should be taken care. And this is a waste beaker. Let us keep it aside. And now how to take the readings. The combined glass electrode is used to measure the pH of a solution. A combined glass electrode means a calomel electrode coupled with the glass electrode. It is used to measure the pH of a solution. So without the addition of sodium hydroxide, the solution should be blown for uniform concentration and the 0 reading should be taken. So blow it for few seconds, and the initial reading is recorded. Now for the 0 volume, the reading is 3.12. Now get the burette in such a way that the tip of the burette in the die of the beaker, and each time increments of 0.25 should be added. So I am adding 0.25 now. 0.25 is added and a solution is blown for uniform concentration. So after blowing for 0.25, the reading is recorded 3.64. Continue this process. Addition is done in such a way that 0.25 at a time. Let me do fast. It should be continued till there will be a sudden jump in the readings. Just few seconds we need to blow. For 2.25. So let us continue this process till there is a sudden jump in the reading. It is 5.55. So 6.20 for 2.75. Next jump barte. This reading is focus. So the previous reading was 6.23. Now the reading is 10.74. This is called as a jump. After the jump, we need to take 5 more readings in the same way. So let us take 2 more readings. See, here is a jump. We got a jump at 3. After the jump, we need to take a 5 more readings. So now how to calculate the pKa means we need to plot the two graphs. For that, the calculation part is there. And after doing the calculation part, we have to check for the pH corresponding to half equivalence point, that is called as a pKa. Coming to the calculation of pKa experiment, that is determination of pKa of a weak acid. So after taking the readings, that is by measuring the pH values for the various volumes of NaOH, so we will be having along the x-axis the volume of NaOH taken, and we need to calculate the first derivative, that is delta pH by delta V. For that, how to do the calculation is, initially we need to calculate the delta pH values. Delta pH is nothing but the difference between the two consecutive pH values. For example, 3.64 minus 3.12 should be mentioned here. Similarly, 3.92 minus 3.64 coming around 0.28, and go on like this till the last reading, that is for the volume 4.25, the reading is 11.85. So the 11.85 minus 11.72 will be around 0.63. Once it is done, we need to calculate the delta V. The delta V is the difference in the volume, that is the difference between the two consecutive volumes, that is 0.25 minus 0 will be 0.25. Similarly, 0.5 minus 0.25 is 0.25. So each time when you subtract the two consecutive volumes, it will come around 0.25 only. That means we have added the NaOH in the increments of 0.25. The last column is the delta pH by delta V, that is 0.52 divided by 0.25 will give you 2.08. Similarly, 0.28 divided by 0.25 will be giving you 1.12. Go on like this till the last value. So once the calculations are done, we can calculate the pKa value by plotting the two graphs. The first graph is the determination of equivalence point. The second graph we need to plot the pH along the y-axis and volume of NaOH along the x-axis. From this graph only our expected value, that is pKa, can be determined. So how to plot the graph for that? So we need to take a graph sheet and mark the scale. The scale is like this. X-axis 1 centimeter is equal to 0.5 cm cube, and y-axis 1 centimeter is equal to 1.0, and there is no unit for the y-axis. So the points we need to plot like this. For 0, there is no reading. For 0.25 we have a reading. Whatever we have, like 2.08 or whatever we get from our experiment, we need to plot it and go on plotting the various points, and what particular point you can have a maximum value. After that maximum, again the values will keep on decreasing. So how to join this means, whichever points will give a smooth curve, let us join that using a freehand, and this side also freehand curve. Then from here use a scale and draw a straight line to the peak. Similarly, at the other side, from this point use a scale and draw a line, and from the peak you drop the perpendicular. This value is called as a equivalence point. Equivalence point is a point where complete neutralization of the acid has been done. So but we are interested in a half equivalence point, not the equivalence point, hence the value should be divided by 2. So for example, our equivalence point is 3.75. half equivalence point becomes 3.75 divided by 2, that is nothing but 1.3 cm cube approximately. So once it is done, we need to move on to the second graph, that is, so x-axis is the volume of NaOH and y-axis will be the pH value. This is the graph. From this we will be getting the pKa value. Why the second graph is needed means, let me explain with the help of the equation. So this equation is called as the Henderson-Hasselbalch equation. pH is equal to pKa plus log of salt by the acid. So in this reaction, that is acetic acid, that is CH3COH, a weak acid which ionizes partially. So in the water medium ionizes partially to produce the H3O plus and CH3CO minus. If it is NaOH, we will be getting the sodium acetate. So we have to continue the titration and get the equivalence point, but at the half equivalence point what happens is the concentration of the salt formed and the concentration of the acid present in the beaker will be one and the same. So as we keep on adding the NaOH from the burette to the beaker, so proportionate to the amount of NaOH added, some amount of the acid will be neutralizing. So at the half equivalence point, when half of the acid is completely neutralized, what happens is the concentration of these two becomes same. That means the log of 1 becomes 0. That moment whatever is the pH measured is called as a pKa. That means the pH corresponding to half equivalence point is called as a pKa. That is the reason first we have calculated or determined the equivalence point, and then we have evaluated the value for the half equivalence point. So now moving on to the second graph. The second graph is y-axis we will be taking the pH and x-axis will be the same volume of NaOH. What is the scale needed for this is x-axis 1 centimeter, let us take it as 0.5 cm cube, and y-axis 1 centimeter is just 1.0 and there is no unit because it is a pH. So whatever values we have obtained here, for the same thing we need to plot the graph. So for 0 you have some pH, and for 0.25, 0.5, 0.75, 1, 1.25, go on like this. Whatever points you get, you show on a graph. Then it is a freehand curve. See, first from the first graph you know the half equivalence point, and using that we can determine the pH in the second graph. So once the points are obtained like this, it is a freehand curve. Using a pencil we have to draw a curve, and after that from the previous graph we should check it for the half equivalence point. In our case the half equivalence point is 1.3. then look for that on the x-axis where exactly it is. From that point you have to draw a line. So from the half equivalence point you draw a line and join like this. The pH corresponding to the half equivalence point is called as a pKa. So this is the half equivalence point. The half equivalence point is 1.8. The pH corresponding to this half equivalence point is called as a pKa. That's how we have determined the pKa of a given weak acid. So the same thing we have to mention it here. Certain things like the equivalence point. The equivalence point in our case it is 3.75. hope you can see here. The equivalence point is 3.75. let me write it down. 3.75 divided by 2. if you do, you will get the half equivalence point. So it is up 1.8 cm cube, and the pH corresponding to half equivalence point, the pH corresponding to half equivalence point is called as pKa, that is 4.8. Same thing, let us write it here. pKa also same thing, 4.8, and then report the same in the result also. The result is pKa value of a weak acid is 4.8. So that's about the pKa experiment. So here not much calculations, only taking the readings, plotting the two graphs. The first graph is to just determine the equivalence point and half equivalence point, and from the second graph we will be getting the pKa value. That's about the experiment.